Namaste and welcome to SonaliJoshi's Astrojyotihealing. In this video, we are going to see the differences between having Jupiter in Ardra versus Venus in Ardra. And the reason being, both are planetary influences which can affect the Ardra Nakshatra differently. If Venus is your Nakshatra Lord, Venus is your ascendant Lord, and it is in Ardra, things will be different. Same way, if Jupiter is in Ardra, the situations and the outcomes will be different, and if it is your Nakshatra Lord or Ascendant Lord, you can definitely have more impact on your life. To those of you who are new to astrology, I am Sonali Joshi, and we are going to see these two important placements in the horoscope, the remedy for those placements, and what to expect in this situation. Welcome back to this channel. Whether you have looked up your birth chart and found one of these placements, or you are just curious about Ardra energy, this video is for you. Ardra is one of the most emotionally intense and intellectually sharp nakshatras. It is ruled by Rudra, the fierce deity. It can also bring the energy of destruction, cleansing, intensity, and some eventually going into clarity. Ardra is in the nakshatra. Ardra is the nakshatra of Rahu. It is in the sign of Gemini, so it definitely brings mental agility. It can bring curiosity, intelligence, and a restless desire to understand everything deeply, depending on planet conjunctions and aspects on this nakshatra, whether there are malefic planets or benefic planets. Situations and outcomes will definitely change. However, one thing I've always noticed in doing readings is that Ardra natives often deal with emotional storms that lead them to powerful transformations. Now, to those of you who are still learning more about Jupiter in Ardra, you will notice one important thing. Jupiter is the planet of wisdom. It is the planet of expansion. It is about teaching. It is about your beliefs and philosophies. When Jupiter comes into Ardra Nakshatra, these individuals often go through belief shattering events. And at one point they say, okay, I believe in these things and I choose not to believe. They are drawn to deep research, philosophy, and there is intense need to find out the hidden truths. Often, these natives make great teachers, researchers, counselors, especially in the crisis situation. Because in life, they have gone through so many changes. Their mind has played so many games with them. In a way, they have been tricked many times to come to this nature that, okay, I'm going to go to the depth, find out things, research about things, and help people in crisis situations. And there is one thing that I always notice, that whenever Jupiter is in Ardra, these natives do not trust easily. They want to know what lies beneath the appearances. So what are the challenge of placement of Jupiter in Ardra? You can see the skepticism, you can see some bitterness, you can see some spiritual confusion. And beliefs are sometimes shaped by those painful experiences and not the true wisdom. Sometimes people have so much, like they are overwhelmed mentally so much or emotionally, that either they feel so much detached or they are in pursuit of finding the truth. These things are not bad, these things are not good in that sense. I would say this is how it is and it needs to be handled carefully. So what is the remedy for Jupiter in Ardra? You can always study all kinds of spiritual texts. Do it slowly. Study all religions. Study different cultures, because the Nakshatra Lord of Ardra, that is Rahu, wants to mix and mingle. It is about the fusion of cultures, fusion of religions. So you will see inter-caste marriages, intra-racial marriages, marriages between two different communities and cultures. You can always wear yellow green kind of colors, or you can wear the colors that are storm like appearances, um, like smoky colors if you want. Always offer water to Lord Shiva whenever moon transits through the Ardra Nakshatra, and you can always chant Guru Bija mantra. Now if you are thinking about making one thing, and that is, okay, I want to have Jupiter placement in Ardra in a way that I will not feel overwhelmed, but rather will make myself strong and help others. Then remember, whenever Jupiter is in Ardra, your belief system can change, your intellectual feelings will extend to the point that you feel you know everything. There is some delusion, but the remedy is most important thing. Learn about people, value humanity, and learn about the ethical expansions. The lifestyle remedies that will always work is practice humility in learning, and you can always volunteer as a teacher. Always volunteer somebody to be their parents in a way. Once you learn this, things will be easy. If you are looking for mindset affirmations, then I seek the truth not to control but to liberate. That should be your motto. And I trust wisdom that grows from stillness. Always remember, Jupiter is a benefic planet. Whichever nakshatra it goes, it usually helps you understand the things. It helps you make things better, and it will always give you better outcome compared to any other planet placed in the same nakshatra. Now if you have Venus in the Ardra Nakshatra, Venus is about relationships. Jupiter is about happiness, joy. Venus is also about money. So finance and relationships come under Venus. When Venus is in Ardra, these people may experience intense or karmic love stories. Whomsoever they love, whomsoever they attach, associate themselves emotionally, it is usually intense and karmic. They often feel a pull toward fixing or transforming others emotionally. There may be a deep emotional hunger beneath a charming surface. And sensuality definitely is a need for all Venus in Ardra people. They will want the depth, not the small talk. So what is the negative side? What is the shadow side of Venus being in Ardra? There is so much of emotional volatility in relationships. Sometimes they get attracted to the people who are emotionally unstable, or they may be wounded, hurt, and they are in pain. Some people use their emotions to intensely control the situations, and some people may have trust issues due to past betrayals or whatever the reason. And that is how having Venus in Ardra will affect your relationships. So what is the remedy for Venus in Ardra? Basically, you should practice emotional self-regulation, and you should avoid the trauma bonding. You can always wear silver or shiny metallic tones on Fridays. And as I always tell, for Venus, the best remedy is art, music, painting, as well as journal writing. Start focusing on pleasure and peace journal. Focus on joy and let go of all the chaos, all the turmoil that is going on. You can always chant Shukra Bija mantra if you want. These are all the remedies which will help your relationships get some stability, have better trust, and have a better bonding in marriages. If you are a parent of a child who has Ardra as a dominant nakshatra, Venus in Ardra or Jupiter in Ardra, always remember, love them unconditionally. Your child wants your support all the time. They may come back and say, you didn't do enough for them, but you can ignore it, do your best, and be ready that as they grow up, sometimes some kids will express these things or they will choose to disconnect from all the connections that you have with them. Most likely this outcome will not be there unless there are so many malefics conjunct with planet in Aradra, but usually people will have those grudges that my parents didn't do enough for me, because Aradra itself is a very Rudra or a difficult nakshatra where there is so much of emotional turmoil going on. Hope the placements for Jupiter in Aradra as well as Venus in Aradra are clear now. Before ending the video, I would like to just give a quick recap of this. If we are talking about what is the focus, then for Venus in Aradra, the focus is love and relationships. For Jupiter in Aradra, focus is wisdom, belief and expansion. The main challenge for these two positions is, for Venus, it is emotional chaos. For Jupiter, it is spiritual questions or overwhelming situations. The shadow expression for Venus in Aradra is, I want to control my partner, I am jealous about people in the relationship. There are cycles of heartbreak sometimes. If it is Jupiter in Aradra, people are skeptical, they have bitterness, and sometimes they are not guided properly. The best quality for having Venus in Aradra is deep emotional intelligence. And for if you have Jupiter in Aradra, the best quality could be transformative wisdom after storm is gone. In short, Venus in Aradra is asking you to heal how you give and receive love. And Jupiter in Aradra asks you to rebuild what you believe to be true about life. Hope if you or someone you know has Venus and Jupiter in Aradra, now you have learned to embrace the storm but not to get lost in that. These placements are karmic, they are powerful when integrated with awareness. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more astrological insights. Drop a comment with your Venus or Jupiter nakshatra and I will be more than happy to know who is watching and how I can help you. Until next time, stay wise, stay guided and honor your planetary placements. Namaste. Thank you. Shubhamastu.